What's up everyone? Today we are taking a closer look at the biggest fashion trends for fall-winter 2022 and 23. Fashion weeks are over and I guess it's about time to check out recent developments in fashion industry, especially in men's fashion. First, let's say that physical shows are back in full swing. We saw a whole lot more fashion shows compared to last season. So, what's exactly new for upcoming fall-winter? Well, before jumping into details, let's say that lots of stuff stays still relevant. For instance, obsession for leather is still here. Genderless fashion comes back even bigger and stronger. And most importantly, designers have not gotten bored of pink and black. Not yet. What's different this time is that designers brought back the power shoulders from 80s. They paired it with double-breasted tailoring and added hourglass silhouette to it. This is actually something that almost every menswear designer experimented with. And of course, puffer obsessions that went wild on fall-winter runways. Alright, without further ado, here are the biggest fashion trends for fall-winter 2022 and 23. First biggest trend on today's list, we have power shoulders. As mentioned already, designers went back to 80s and brought them back to life. Just to clarify here, power shoulders are same as exaggerated shoulders that have this confident and masculine vibes. Probably this trend was the biggest at Prada. With this collection, Raf Simons and Miuccia Prada celebrated the idea of working and reimagined and redefined the traditional work attire. Power shoulders were spotted as well at the Givenchy show. Models walked the runway dressed in extra long overcoats, which were layered over 3 or 4 layers of clothing. However, it was done in such a way that looked both functional and fashionable. Likewise, at Gucci, power shoulders were the order of the day. Models wore blazers and overcoats with exaggerated shoulders. As it seems, Alessandro Michele put gender fluidity at the center of his collection. We see definitions of masculine and feminine are quite loosened here. Interesting take on power shoulders was spotted at Balmain. Olivier Rousteing upgraded classic tailoring with tactical gear and motorsport wear. Actually, he had already incorporated motorsport gear in his pre-fall menswear collection. Another interesting take on this trend we saw at Bottega. Mathieu Blazy, who is the new creative director after Lee's departure, showed this trend on shirts with strong and exaggerated shoulders. Next, let's check out power shoulders at Yohji Yamamoto's fashion show. His collection was done in the spirit of 19th century style menswear. Models walked the runway dressed in long overcoats with strong shoulders. Last but not least, Rick Owens showcases this trend in his strobe collection. Here shoulders go even bolder and wider. Rick's silhouette were alien masculine, wonderfully unconventional and diverse. Actually, the extreme side of this trend we saw at Dolce & Gabbana. Proportions there were highly exaggerated. One that caught my eye was this look with leather trench coat. As you guys see, shoulders here are so exaggerated they look almost comically large. Jumpsuits are, without doubt, a statement piece. The one-piece silhouette and all-in-one garment create a stunning and stylish silhouette. Most importantly, jumpsuits look great almost on everyone. They are very easy to style. They are practically a one-and-done outfit. Well, if you are a fan, rejoice, because jumpsuits are back in style. This trend flourished at Prada. Models walked the runway with lightweight jumpsuits that were made of tech silk and sleek leather. As I mentioned already, with this collection, Prada celebrated the idea of working. So obviously this is how they reimagined blue-collar worker uniforms, workers who perform manual work. At Gucci fashion show, we saw a jumpsuit in blue color with elastic waistband and exaggerated shoulders. This piece had this powerful and also chic vibe to it. At Dolce & Gabbana, Domenico and Stefano showed oversized and chunky jumpsuits, some of them with power shoulders. Interesting ones included the jumpsuit in pink which actually was a hybrid of a jumpsuit and a bomber jacket. If there was one silhouette that dominated the fall-winter runways, it was Hourglass Silhouette. This silhouette is characterized by a fitted waistline that we don't see often in menswear. Well, until now. Fall-winter runways were populated with this trendy silhouette. Probably this trend was the biggest at Prada. Models wore stunning leather trench coats, cinched at the waist. Apart from trenches, we saw hybrid bomber coats with same flattering hourglass silhouette. These bombers were layered over turtlenecks and paired with tailored pants and square-toe shoes. At Zegna, Alessandro Sartori showed this trendy silhouette with overcoats. He used rope belts to cinch the waist. We saw a similar take on this trend at Jil Sander. Models wore overcoat with belts that accentuated the waistline. If you didn't know, Jil Sander brand was acquired by Italian fashion group OTB in 2021. OTB is a group that owns Diesel, Marni and Margiela. Alright, at Dior, Kim Jones shows this trend with a contemporary reinterpretation of Dior's popular bar jacket. With skimming the waist and flaring out at the hips, Kim Jones created the illusion of an hourglass figure on the curveless silhouette of the male body. These blazers were paired with joggers and Birkenstock Dior collaboration sandals. At Bottega, we saw interesting take on the hourglass silhouette. Matthew Blazy used leather clips on blazers and coats to accentuate the waistline. In similar fashion, at Etro, creative director Kin Etro used elastic waistbands on blazers and shirts to cinch the waist and create this trendy silhouette. Last but not least, let's have a look at Rick Owens' strobe show. Rick created this popular hourglass silhouette by dressing his models in cropped, elastic waistband jackets and long flared out shirts. Upcoming fall winter is all about Peekaboo Boxers. With that I mean exposed boxers peeking over waistbands. Peekaboo Boxers were one of the hottest trends on the runways. It takes inspiration from 90s hip-hop culture and popular sagging pants. This notorious aesthetic is making its way back to fashion for upcoming fall-winter. At Dior, Kim Jones showed this trend with light blue striped boxers peeking over jogger pants. At Palm Angels, creative director Francesco Ragazzi sent out Peekaboo Boxers in many different colors and styles. These boxers were worn under shorts and featured Palm Angels logo on the waistband. Another interesting take on this trend we saw at Louis Vuitton. Models wore exposed underpants in light blue color. In similar fashion, at Prada, we saw exposed underpants that were layered under tailored pants. This season, almost every menswear designer put color black at the heart of their collections. Not surprisingly, fall-winter runways were packed with head-to-toe black outfits. Actually, this trend started last season as a black tailoring, and now it includes streetwear as well. Well, head-to-toe black is a great option if you want to give your outfit a touch of mystery. Anyways, wearing all black is a great way to make a statement. If you're curious about the interpretation, designers started this trend as a response to the damages done by global pandemic. At Givenchy, Matthew Williams presented streetwear-focused collection. Models walked the runway in head-to-toe black outfits. Interesting details that caught my eye were those layered and tiered t-shirts with logo graphics similar to metal band merchandise. Similar to Givenchy, at Alex Studio, we saw streetwear-focused head-to-toe black outfits. If you didn't know, Matthew Williams is a founder and the creative director of Alex Studio. At Fendi, we saw stunning head-to-toe black outfits. Here, the focus goes back to tailoring. Models wore overcoats and suits in many different styles, from oversized to cropped ones. Alright, not surprisingly, this trend was also big at Jil Sander, where oversized overcoats and tuxedo suits were order of the day. Overall, silhouette of this collection was masculine, but with a sensual side to it. Finally, let's have a look at Yohji Yamamoto's collection, which was staged in his Aoyama flagship store in Tokyo. Models wore all black, relaxed tailored pieces. Much of this collection was inspired by 19th century menswear. Puffer jackets for fall-winter. Nothing groundbreaking. However, these puffers are not the regular ones. This season, designers are taking on a whole new version of puffer jackets. Designers decided to go bigger and bolder. Not surprisingly, fall-winter runways were packed with big puff jackets and coats. Undoubtedly, Dolce & Gabbana took lead in this category. The runway was populated with monster puffs. Domenico and Stefano explained, "We are questioning everything we've been used to. We want to experience the new, which makes us evolve and move forward." Indeed, we saw many fashion-forward pieces, such as, for instance, puffers with graffiti prints. Alright, similar to Dolce & Gabbana at D-Squared, puffer jackets were a big part of the collection. Overall vibe here was definitely fun. Felt something like a trip to the mountains, filled with hiking and excursions in nature. Interesting pieces included puffer blankets, puffer shorts, and super cropped puffer jackets. Last but not least, let's have a look at fashion's Prince of Darkness and his Strobe collection. Models wore sculptural puffer jackets that curled up and around shoulders. Other unique pieces spotted on the runway were puffer coats with their hoods zipped up over the face, leaving only eye slits and some breathing holes. As Rick Owens explained himself, this to further the timeless tradition of out-menacing our menacers. Upcoming fall-winter is a season for people who consider themselves a head person and don't shy away from experimenting with different pieces. Well, this time, berets are on the menu. Berets were spotted in abundance at Dior fashion show. Kim Jones presented an array of monochrome headpieces. Actually, on this one, he worked with millionaire Stefan Jones, who was celebrating 25 years at Dior. He reworked the founder's berets for Kim Jones models. At Kenzo, models wore berets more puffier and exaggerated in shape. This was the very first collection done by the new creative director, Nigo. Lastly, let's have a look at Gucci show. The runway was packed with berets. Unlike Dior, Alessandro Michele did not shy away from colors. We saw berets in many different colors and style. Interesting ones included metal-studded leather berets. Streetwear comes back strong on fall-winter 2022 and 23 runways, and denim plays a big part in this, especially all denim outfits. And when it comes to jeans and denim, makes sense to have a look first at Diesel, where Glenn Martis, who is newly appointed creative director, pulled off this absolutely fantastic show. Models walked the runway dressed in head-to-toe denim outfits. Crazy ones that caught my eye were those enormous denim fur coats. Looks like with Glenn Martins in charge, Diesel is returning to his past glory. At Y Project, which is actually another brand overseen by Glenn Martins, we saw stunning head-to-toe denim outfits. Interesting styling details included Shearling scarves, exactly what we need when temperatures drop. At Balenciaga, Demna displayed a look with denim hoodie and oversized denim pants, accessorized with heavy tote bag. Alright, at Dolce & Gabbana, we saw head-to-toe denim outfits, featuring a pattern of D&G logo prints. Next, let's check out Balmain show. Olivier Rousteing dressed models in all denim, featuring elements such as shoulder protectors. These looks were inspired by motorsport wear. Last but not least, let's have a look at Isabel Marant. Her models wore head-to-toe denim outfits in utilitarian aesthetic. Colors of choice were gray and blue. This season, red is having its moment. The runways were populated with many different shades of red. We can go ahead and call it the official color of upcoming fall-winter season. In terms of interpretation, the statement color is often associated with love and passion. It's also associated with violence and warfare, so it's highly relevant color. Styling-wise, including red in your outfits can be tricky sometimes. However, when done properly, it can provide a touch of confidence and courage that you are in control. At Prada, Raf Simons and Miuccia Prada presented stunning looks with red leather trench coat and hybrid bomber jacket, both done in the spirit of trendy hourglass silhouette. At Alex Studio, Matthew Williams dressed models in red oversized jackets. Other interesting looks included long latex coats in burgundy. At Gucci show, models wore red suits and blazers. The ones that did stand out was double-breasted red suit with metal studs around the edges of the lapel and the hem. At Fendi, we saw many different shades of red, for instance, such as burgundy. My favorite one here was this head-to-toe red outfit with a cutout knitwear and the burgundy tailored pants. A fall-winter season staple, iconic Shearling, is making a major comeback this year. Functionality-wise, probably we all agree that nothing beats the warmth and comfort of Shearling. Styling-wise, designers showed us many different ways to wear Shearling properly for upcoming fall-winter. At Hermes, models walked the runway dressed in black Shearlings, featuring colorful fur on the inside. First one in light blue and another one in teal. Other interesting pieces were spotted in somewhat off-white colors. Models wore the Shearlings layered over suits. At Etro, we saw Shearling coat in dark orange with lengths finishing just below the knee. It was accessorized with large leather tote bag. At Loewe, Jonathan Anderson sent out looks with medium-length Shearling coats. These Shearlings were worn on a naked body and paired with mini shorts. Glenn Martins of Y Project dressed models in brown Shearling jackets, accessorized with Shearling scarf. At Diesel, same Glenn Martins sent out stunning oversized Shearling coats. First one medium length in dark brown and the another one lengthier version in camel. Interesting take on Shearling jackets we saw at Rick Owens. Rick's models wore Shearlings featuring lots of patchwork and gold hair. Lamp helms on model's head were signature details of the collection. Lighting went on and off again. That was rendering all the details to just silhouettes. Last but not least, Francesco Ragazzi of Palm Angels showcased this trend with Shearling jackets and coats featuring interesting details such as graffiti prints. The double-breasted tailoring trend has been doing rounds for some time now, but this season it reached its peak. Fall-winter runways were populated with double-breasted tailored pieces such as blazers, tuxedos, coats, etc. At Loewe, Jonathan Anderson dressed his models in a navy peacoat and a light beige trench coat. These double-breasted pieces were accessorized with small lights around the linings and the edges of the garment. At Bottega, runways were packed with double-breasted coats in many different lengths and style. Matthew Blazy interpreted his debut collection as a motion and a journey. He explained, this collection basically is a journey. There are many characters and they all have places to go. They feel quite free. Interesting. Alright, at Yohji Yamamoto, double-breasted overcoats were the order of the day. They featured prints inspired by Japanese calligraphy and the artworks of the Polish painter who is well known for his dystopian surrealism. Double-breasted tailoring trend undoubtedly was the biggest at Gucci. Mostly we saw double-breasted suits and tuxedos. Many of them included collaboration pieces with Adidas. With this collection, Alessandro Michele made a connection between mirrors and fashion. He explained, clothes are capable of reflecting our image in an expanded and transfigured dimension. Wearing them means to cross a transformative threshold where we become something else. Alright, lastly let's check out Fendi menswear collection that was done actually in the spirit of classic menswear wardrobe. Sylvia Fendi dressed her models in oversized double-breasted suits. She explained, "I wanted to celebrate the classy wardrobe with which you are dressing for occasions. Those are very few now, so they should be celebrated even more than before." Pink is yet another trend from spring-summer season. This time, this color trend is even bigger, incorporating different shades of pink. Interpretation-wise, pink is associated with flowers, romance, kindness, and sometimes even shock. And it's no secret that pink is often described as a feminine color. Alright, let's have a look at this trend on the Prada runway. We saw pink workwear coordinates in tech silk. At Dolce & Gabbana, models wore head-to-toe pink outfits. If you didn't know, with this collection, Domenico and Stefano did a collab with Machine Gun Kelly. He both opened and closed the show. At Balenciaga, Demna showcased this trend with oversized zipper hoodie. It was paired with oversized denim and the knee-high leather boots. At Loewe, we spotted a pink overcoat. It was layered under blue denim miniskirt, such a unique outfit. Pink tones were spotted as well at Rick Owens' strobe show. No doubt this was highly unusual color for Rick Owens. For the upcoming fall-winter, wildlife-inspired patterns are back in full force. Animal prints were everywhere on the fall-winter runways, from spotted leopard prints and tiger stripes to monochromatic zebra patterns. This is probably because 2022 is a year of the tiger, so designers brought back this trend to the fall-winter runways. At Dolce & Gabbana, animal prints were found in abundance. We saw this trend as monochromatic zebra patterns. Apart from that, models wore tiger-striped artificial fur coats. That was in line with the brand's decision to discontinue the use of real fur. At Dior, animal prints were spotted on the outwear. Those jackets with leopard prints were complemented with berets with the same leopard patterns. Interesting take on this trend we saw at Yohji Yamamoto's show. Here, black suits and overcoats featured patchworks with leopard prints. These looks were complemented with interesting makeup elements, such as powdered hair. That definitely reminded me of Edward Scissorhands. Likewise, at Palm Angels, animal prints were the big part of this collection. We saw leopard prints as well as zebra stripes. Last but not least, let's check out Jill Zander's collection. The creative director duo behind the brand, Lucy and Luke Meyer, showcased this trend with classic leopard prints. After almost 2 years of lockdowns, finally we have an opportunity to leave our houses and travel or take long road trips. Well, designers thought we might need some proper clothes for our adventures. So they brought back field jackets to the fall-winter runways. As you may know, field jackets are highly practical and functional piece. They are army-inspired and have enough room to carry stuff if necessary. Best of this season's field jackets were found at Prada. Models wore oversized field jackets cinched at the waist. Interesting pieces included ones with fur trims on the arms and at the hem. At Balenciaga, we saw lightweight field jackets in monochromatic colors. Those scenes of models walking through the storm and lugging garbage bags reminds us about refugees and heartbreaking war between Russia and Ukraine. Alright, at Gucci we saw field jackets in military green color, paired with shorts and the knee-high leather boots. At Louis Vuitton, field jackets featured printed patterns. They were styled with shorts and leggings and accessorized with gloves and a cap. Men's skirts are certainly nothing new. We've been seeing those a lot for the past few seasons. So, for upcoming fall-winter, menswear embraces feminine aesthetics. With this trend, designers try to liberate men and give them an option to select clothes that simply resonates with their personality. Probably the biggest selection of men's skirts were spotted at Dolce & Gabbana. The runway was packed with men's skirts in many different styles and lengths. We saw long dresses similar to tunics and skirts with lengths finishing above the knee. At Fendi, models walked the runway dressed in long knitted dresses with interesting details such as cutouts. At Gucci, we saw skirts with check patterns. They were styled over pants. That was actually the most popular styling technique on fall-winter runways. Similar to Gucci, we saw plaid skirts and kilts at D-squared. Those front open pieces were worn over denim and corduroy pants and looked highly adventurous. So if you guys are going to adventure, head to D-squared to pick up cool pieces. Likewise, men's skirts were a big thing at Off-White show. We saw models dressed in pleated skirts styled over tailored pants. This collection was designed by Virgil and completed by the creative teams with whom he worked in the past. At Raf Simons, models wore long dresses made out of latex. They were styled with cloaks suspended from a head. That was emphasizing the thinness of Raf silhouettes. Finally, let's check out Rick Owens' fashion show. Rick displayed a wide array of side-slit skirts. These skirts were long enough to drag on the floor. Some of the skirts were styled with sneakers from recent Rick Owens and Converse collab. Alright, now let's go over a few trends that did not make it to my top 15, but I feel like we can't skip those. Alright, let's start with bucket hats. They've been in the spotlight for almost 3 seasons and seems like they are going nowhere. Next one has to be leather trend. Designers went big on leather. The runways were packed with leather pants, blazers, coats, you name it. Another huge trend we saw on the runways was artificial fur. Even though many brands discontinued the use of real fur, it did not stop them to put out elegant pieces. This time artificial but fully sustainable. Alright, lastly let's have a look at the trendy footwear on the fall-winter runways. We saw 2 types of footwear. First one knee-high leather boots and the another one square-toe shoes that we spotted actually first at Prada during the Milan Fashion Week. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the fall-winter 2022-23 fashion trends. Well, I think we are gonna have pretty awesome and stylish fall-winter. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Peace.